I'm going to talk about the law of navigation. That is the fourth law in the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. The law of navigation basically talks about how a good leader has a good sense of direction, a good sense of navigation. And this part was interesting to me. This law, the law of navigation, was interesting because the examples they use were stark contrast of each other.
The law of navigation is really and truly all about direction, all about where you're going, all about looking ahead, looking at the potential dangers ahead, having the vision first. Then basically charting that course, step by step, the how-to of how you're going to get to where you got to go with the law of navigation. And your team is important with this law of navigation because, like Mr. Dora says, 90% of your success is going to really and truly rely on your team. You know, what they'll do, their ability to perform. So you've got to make sure that you have the right people in place, that you're able to recruit, train, and lead the best.
What is the processes that we're taking to achieve the particular end? He's saying, hey, the definite end, we got to have those goals to be there to make things happen. So as we look at that, this quote by Tony Gaston said, trust the process. Your time is coming, just do the work, and the results will handle themselves. And I thought that was a good quote just because sometimes we are looking at the results only and we're not doing the work. And so the process here the work has to come first, and then the results will follow as it goes on. In the book, in the chapter, it talks about this lady here. Here's a picture of her. She turned the 5K into 22 million, and she made a great investment and was very frugal in her life, and it paid off in the end. And so that's it. So the question is going to come for us as a challenge. Where are we investing? The secret of our success is found in our daily agenda. And that's from the book too. Tag Short wrote that, but we have to ask this question to ourselves. Where are we investing? Our time, our money, our resources. The three T's I say, our time, our talent, and our treasures are the things that we have to give account for where we are investing. So I think that's real good. Our daily agenda reflects our investments. So again, we're looking at here our priorities, our passions, our abilities and relationships, our attitude, our personal disciplines, and vision and influence. And so that key word there that Mr. Henry has been working with us on is vision. Guess what is in this chapter too? Vision. And so how is that vision being played out in our daily agenda? It determines where we are putting our investments. I think we all are in this class, we're investing our time, our effort, and energy by studying, by putting ourselves forth as we go through this class and training to become better, to grow, and to learn in this process. All right. Vince Lambert said, leaders aren't born, they are made. And they are made just like anything else, through hard work. And that's the price we'll have to pay to achieve that goal, or any goal, is hard work. And so here, as we come forth today, the process, sometimes I just think it's human nature, myself included, is just we like the easy route, like the easy road. And we're like, what is that easy road, and how do we find the easy way? But I don't think there's an easy road to success. It takes a lot of hard work, patience, and endurance. So that's what we have. One part out of the chapter said, leaders are learners. So Brennan Senars said, the relationship between growth and leadership is the capacity to develop and improve one's skills. That distinguishes them from their followers. And so here we have to recognize that the relationship between growth and leadership. We're growing, but are we really leaders yet?
Seeked wise counsel. He just didn't rely on his previous experience, because he was an explorer. But he knew he was going into uncharted water. So what did he do? He seeked out wise counsel. And then he did something. Les Brown talks about this in one of his audio books I bought. He has a acronym for power, and the E in power stands for enrolled. What Rowe did is that he enrolled people in his vision. He cast a vision, he enrolled people in his vision, he sought wise counsel about where he was going. That's the main thing. So with that, he set up everything, and during his expedition, during that trip to the South Pole, the only thing he had went wrong was one of his teammates had a toothache, a tooth that needed to be extracted. And think about all the dangers that he mapped out, all the dangers of going. I mean, we haven't even talked about if you're going to the South Pole, I imagine there's different type of animals there. There's maybe different type of just unknown things, and he basically mapped all that out. And he came back and he brought his team back, and he was considerate of his team. He knew that his team needed the best. He knew that without his team, and without him casting that vision, and without him getting a team, he basically was not going to be successful. So what he did is he carefully mapped out everything for his team, and that's what got him there.
We have to be able to let our followers have to be able to trust us, have to be able to depend on us. And it says followers need leaders able to effectively navigate for them. Not just navigate them, but navigate for them. Give them instruction, give them a plan, show them where we're going, show them how we want things done. I love this quote that says, anyone can stir a ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. I like that. It takes a leader to chart the course. We wouldn't just go and put our babies on, my 12-year-old granddaughter on a boat. She might be able to stir it, but if I don't show her or give her what she needs to do first, we'd be capsized. We'd be in the water. We would be in the water. So, navigators see the trip ahead. Like Atkinson that studied and mapped out every detail or anticipated every situation, everything that could happen on their way to the goal. And I want to read something about that, because I want to make sure that I get it all correctly. Navigators see the trip ahead, right? This says that the former General Electric chairman Jack Welch, he says controlling your direction is better than being controlled by it. He said, but leaders who navigate do more than just control the direction in which they and their people travel. They see the whole trip in their minds before they even leave the dock. We as leaders, we as navigators have to be able, again, we talk vision. It's so important that vision is imprinted, but also that we begin to study and chart the course before we even leave the dock, before we even gather the team, before we even get the supplies and things we need. We have to be able to plan.
So Dr. Maxwell talked about planning ahead and charting this course with a strategy. And so he gave us some key things. Plan ahead was the acronym that he used. So the P was predetermined course. So as we look at the predetermined course, we're looking at, and he talked about in there, is that these were some things that he does every time. He made reference to a church that he was, a big, larger church, multi-million-dollar facility that they were building. And so he had to go through, chart this course with a navigation strategy. Is what he was doing. So predetermined course of action. So predetermined means you've taken time to think this thing through. Okay. The L represent layout goals. And so you're going to lay out your goals of, okay, this is the course we're going to take. These are the goals. We're going to lay out the goals that we're going to want to accomplish. The next one is adjust your priorities. Okay, what should come first, second, third, fourth in my life, or in this journey that we're on. Next thing is you want to notify key people, key personnel. And so we're looking at the people that this is going to affect. and those people that I need on my team to reach this goal successfully. That's it. And so also we need to allow time for acceptance. Allow time for acceptance. And this is big because change is not easy. And so people accepting change, or people accepting the new routine or something that's going on, may not just happen overnight. It won't. But we need to allow time for people to adjust and to get into what's trying to happen or what's trying to go on. The next one is we need to head into action. Head in action. Sometimes we can allow time and we can become very stagnant. We can start just kind of say, should we do it? Should we not? Everybody's not on board and all that. But there comes a time, I think we just have to say, you got to make that decision and say, boom, let's jump in there and do it. All right. Next one is expect problems. Expect problems. They're going to come. They're inevitable. But we are what? Problem solvers. We lead to get beyond problems. All right. The next one, always point to success. Always point to success. And sometimes it's very easy to kind of like the iceberg. We see the 10% that's sticking above water, or maybe our problems, but we can't see all the things that are happening, good things. Hey, we're moving forward. There's change happening. There's growth. So sometimes we need to focus our eyes on what we're doing and accomplishing, see the success. So always point to the success. Always those who are around us, we need to say, hey, I see those problems, but also I see these good things. Let's stay balanced in that. And the last one that he had on is the D, is daily review the plan. We need to keep that plan before us, and I don't think that just means it's set in stone, but it means as we review it, we're looking at the changes that may need to take place and go on, okay? There's some barriers that he gave to planning, and so I think this comes up, and the fear of change, ignorance, uncertainty of future, and lack of imagination. These are things that kind of, I think we all face. He talked about that this is a law of navigation. Dr. Maxwell talked about law of navigation is not one of his strong areas, so he was able to hire people in to fill those spots where he felt he was weak. And so we may be faced the same thing: fear of change, ignorance, uncertainty of future, lack of imagination, as we force ourselves to move to this new level that we're in. But I think it's encouraging to say he has struggled, Dr. Maxwell has struggled with some of the same things that he did. So keys to steering. And we remember the quote at the beginning. We talked about anyone can steer the ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. And so as we're steering, we want to make sure that we're covering these 4 points. Keep the vision in front. Give good reports. Celebrate success. And review and update plans. Some of the things that are keys to steering the course that we're on and making sure that we arrive there successfully. The secret of the law of navigation is preparation. Are we prepared? I spoke yesterday to a group of teams and that we're leading for the rest of this month. I have teams coming into my office or into our facility 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. And every day we are challenging them. It's called a youth leadership program. And so I was telling them that I gave them an example, and we did an activity called the difference between being ready and being prepared. And so we went through the illustration that everybody's ready. I'm ready to get out of here. I'm ready to get this done. I'm ready to drive. I'm ready to graduate. I'm ready, whatever it is. Everybody's ready. But the key word there is not necessarily if you're ready, but are you prepared for what is to come? And so preparation here, I think, is Dr. Maxwell is pointing out, is the secret to the law of navigation. So if we're going to navigate a course, and we're going to get it there, then we have to make sure we're prepared. We've studied, we've looked at all the different scenarios and the options that are coming our way. Okay, and again, anyone can steer the ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. And so we'll dive into some questions. If you have, jump back to the screen so I can see you. Okay. And so as we look at the law of navigation, we look at how are we navigating our lives today. Today is a plan. I have my big thick planner right here of what see if I can't see it. Big thick planner right here of how my schedule and what I go through and the plans and everything in there, and there was some other challenging parts of my life that recognize I got to have a schedule. I got to have one central spot for everything that I'm doing and working on. So that's what I hopefully is challenging you, not just to read it as the law of navigation, but hopefully this is challenging you and pushes you, like it's pushing me to say, hey, let's navigate our course, make it clear, make it plain. And so we thought this through to be successful.